Okay, so now we're going to turn this into a nighttime render. So I've gone ahead, I've opened up all of the curtains, and firstly we're going to turn off all the sunlight, and we'll turn off the rectangle light. So now the only lighting in our scene will be the sphere lights we're going to place, and we'll place in some rectangle lights with emissive materials. So I'm just going to go ahead and place in some sphere lights for the lamps. And now for the top lights, we're going to set an emissive material. So we're going to choose our emissive material layer. And we're going to load in an emissive material. So for this, we're just going to use a cold LED. And then we'll apply this to the emissive material layer. And now we're going to load in a rectangle light. And this will act as a substitute light for the emissive layer. So you won't actually be seeing the light coming from the material itself, but rather the rectangle. And so we're going to apply this to each light. So now we're going to start an interactive view and set the parameters for the lights. For the camera, we want to make sure we've set our parameters correctly, so we're going to set the ISO to 100, the f-stop to 8, and the shutter speed to 50. And to start off, we'll set the spherical light to 200 watts. So now let's do an interactive render. We also want to make sure our sun is turned off. So here we have the interior scene. We can make some small adjustments. So I'm going to turn the intensity down slightly. And the intensity of our rectangle lights will increase. We can change this to radiant power as well. As you can see on the left side here, we have a bit of spotlight happening on the wall. So we can fix this by rotating the rectangle light slightly to the other side. So we're just going to rotate this. Until there's no immediate light hitting on each wall. Then we want to open our settings, go to options, and make sure the rectangle lights are turned on to invisible. And we should make some small adjustments to the color temperature. The rectangle lights will be a slightly cooler texture, will be a slightly cooler color. And then the center table lights will change these to a slightly warmer. To give us a nice contrast and balance. And on the rectangle lights, we want to select Affect Reflections, so you won't see that rectangle in the reflections of the windows. And then before we conduct our final render, we want to make sure we go to Environment and turn our background off. We just change it to a color and set it to black. Or we can just select the background layer and turn it off. Then for render elements, we want material random color as well as reflections. And now we can set out our final render.